That's right. The champ is back. DeAndre Jordan, 35 minutes last night, by the way. No Jokic. Let me ask you this, and I'm not even kidding. Chandler would literally call out sick today if he had to put in any kind of effort like that. How are you feeling, DJ?
You know what? I'm honestly, I'm feeling good. I just picked my son up this morning, and my back like got stuck. So,
Oh no!
yeah, but I'm good though. I'm solid. Plane is a little later on today, so I got some time to get warmed up before I drive. So it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
But you didn't call in.
Yeah, I'm what you call a
pro.
big load management guy, DJ. Big load management.
Yeah, I mean, like after
now.
you turn after 35, it's kind of like I'm on load management every day, even at home. You want me to go up and down the stairs, carry kids. It's kind of I like to be on the main level, just kind of relax down there.
You know what? What I started doing, DJ, I stopped buying houses with stairs. I went one floor. That's the next step.
You went ranch
You just
style
do a giant, like you just do big old one floor, and then that's it. Old dogs, old
that
people.
That may be my future for sure.
Okay, so a lot of guys did not play last night. Basically, everyone. So the starting lineup had a different look, a different vibe. What happens on nights like that where it's just complete like hockey line change and you're looking around going, well, these are some faces we don't always get to see. Are you as the vet, the guy that's sort of like, all right, guys, let's go?
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity for guys that don't really get a lot of minutes during the regular season to go out there and kind of showcase what they can do and, just kind of have fun with it. We had guys that hadn't started before and go out there and do their jobs. But I think it's a great opportunity for guys to just go out there and just get some minutes, make some mistakes, and not have such a short leash. Obviously, we still want to win games and still compete, and I think we competed last night. We just came up a little bit short. But in those games, it's kind of next man up mentality and a great opportunity for other guys.
DJ, a few weeks ago, Jokic was out. You played 38 minutes and 31 minutes in back-to-back nights. Now, obviously, Jokic, he plays a lot of minutes. He's reliable. Does this kind of show you and prove to you that, listen, I can still do this after 17 years? And do you, like, as enticed as it is to come and be our fourth host on this show next year, do you see multiple years as continuing to play? Because you look great. And obviously, you're sore today, but Jesus, how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun, and it's a confidence booster for me to know that I can go out there and still compete at a high level and be productive and help my team win games. But hopefully they'll let me sign like a two-way next year, and then I'll be able to like do half the games and then half with running back.
Yeah.
But it's great, man. Like I know I'm not gonna play 38 minutes every night, especially on a team like this. But I know with minutes and with consistency, I'll be able to go out there and produce and make winning plays for our team. So that's always a good feeling to have.
Game of the year on Tuesday against Minnesota, easily. And afterwards, Anthony Edwards said it was the best game he's ever played in. Now, his sample size might be a little bit smaller than your sample size, so I want to hear it from you. As far as games that you've been in and been a part of, where does that one rank?
Ooh, that was that's probably one of my top games to be a part of. Even though I only played about 6 minutes in that game,
Counts.
I thought it was one of the better ones. Obviously, us in Minnesota have a lot of history, at least over the past 3 years that I've been in Denver. And they're a great team. They play us well. They kicked our ass this year. But that game I thought was great. We came up very short at the end. Nikola had a historic night, and a lot of other guys played great and played big minutes. But obviously, like winning Game 4 in LA to go on to the finals, winning Games 3 and 4 in Miami to give us a 3-1 lead were great games that I've been a part of. And then obviously us winning the championship was probably my favorite game. But yeah, the game Tuesday was insane. And I think that, it just shows like how deep our team goes and also how, how tough the playoffs are going to be.
Yeah. Dre, you talking about the playoffs, and it comes down to matchups. But with that, Minnesota's 4-0 against you guys this year. Is that a concern to you guys? Is that something that you look ahead to? Walk me through your mind state when you have a series like that against a team.
I mean, it should be a concern. I mean, I think anytime a team sweeps you throughout the course of the season, it's concerning. We don't want to overreact, but we definitely have to look in the mirror and look at film and look at different ways that we have to be successful. Because we've had success against Minnesota just not longer than they've had success against us throughout a game. So I think we have to come to playing as close to perfect as we can for 48 minutes against a team like that, and give guys like Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle and Naz Reid different looks in order to, throw wrenches in their game plan, and then also, attack those guys defensively as well. So I think it's tough, but that's what the playoffs are all about. Every game is going to be different, every possession. So we just got to figure out ways to, be able to exploit offense and defense.
So obviously, as talking heads and fans, we spend a lot of time sort of refreshing the NBA standings day to day and how many games back and what are the matchups going to look like and all that. As an active player, like you're in the playoffs, do you look at that? Or as a player, are you just like, it doesn't actually matter who our first matchup is?
I think anybody who says that is a liar. I think that throughout early in the season, I don't really look at it too much because, the first 20 to 40 games, your seeding isn't going to stay where it is unless you're up 10 games or something like that. But, like the last 10 games of the season, now that it's so close, I'm definitely looking at it after games and checking out other games to see if we're going to move up or down. But I'm still focused on us and us getting better. I think right now we're fourth. But that can change tomorrow, or tonight. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for us to, get the best seed that we possibly can. But you look at all the other teams and they're so close, and the West is super tough this year. So no matter who you play in the first round, it's going to be a tough matchup.
And without obviously naming teams, do you look at the standings? Do you talk to teammates about, ooh, this would be a better team for us to play? Or is that just not to be said out loud?
I think we talk about it a little bit, but for me personally, I think that the higher seed, the better. I'd like to have home court for as long as we possibly can throughout the playoffs, and I think that that's important, especially playing here in Denver.
DJ, we mentioned the Jokic 60-point triple-double on Tuesday, just absolutely insane. Yeah, he's probably not going to win MVP, which is, again, that's credit to SGA, but there's still some basketball to play left. Do you think the voting is technically over right now? Do you think it's already in their head with this little of time left? Do you think the voting is over? Or do you think Jokic still has time to make a push? And what would your case for him to be to actually get over the hump and win it?
I think that Shea still has some time to push, to try to win it.
Hey, that's a good teammate right there. Yeah, that boy good. Hey, good.
No, I think that, you kind of got to take all of these things into consideration. Obviously, Shea is playing amazing basketball. He's a hell of a player. I love watching him play. And also, I'm seeing Yoke every night do insane things. And, if you take Yoke off of our team changes drastically, as we've seen before. And that's no knock on our guys because we still come out, we win games, we compete. But his usage rate is so high and he does so many things for us on both ends of the floor. His value is unmatched, I think.
Do you think there's issues with how these, awards are decided? Do you think voter fatigue is a real thing? Obviously the best, I think everyone agrees the best player in the world is Jokic, right? Yet he's probably not going to win MVP. Same thing with LeBron for all those years. Do you think something has to change for that? Or do you just credit the guy with the best individual season and team success like in SGA this year?
I think you credit it to that. Obviously, Nikola puts up great numbers and he helps our team win. And I think he is the most valuable player in this league. However, I understand what OKC is doing. Shea's doing great things. He had a great season last year. They won 60 games. That hasn't been done for a while. And they're number one in the West, which I think, attributes to a lot of that. And then a lot of that is him. So, whoever wins it, I think they're going to be more than deserving of the award. And honestly, you can't go wrong. Obviously, I'm voting for my teammate, but Shea definitely he also deserves it too.
I mean, it's a good problem the league has right now that this guys are so good that we can't figure this one out. We're going to put pressure on you every time you're on for a Jokic story. I'm kind of also curious about the game the other night. 61 points. He's so dry when he answers. That's why I think he's just so fun. But do you have any stories about after that game? Was he upset? Did he have some sarcasm for you guys? Like, how did that one go down?
Well, I mean, he obviously played great, and he played about 53 minutes or so. So I'm leaving out the locker room, and I see him in the training room getting worked on. I'm like, "Yo, good game, big fella," and he's like, "Hey, I'm not playing tomorrow. My back hurts. You have to play." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, so I knew after the game, like, he's probably gonna be out. So I knew that last night was gonna be my time to shine.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, look, the heads up was there. You guys have a post-win tradition. Where did it start? What is it?
Joke and I?
Yeah. Is it the Serbian thing?
Yeah, it's a Serbian greeting or maybe a farewell as well. My first year in Denver 2 years ago, I saw him and Boban do this three kiss thing, and I've seen people do it, and I'm like, "What's that?" And he goes, "It's a Serbian thing. You don't know anything about this." And I'm like,
"Oh,
hell no. Yeah, I'm Black Serbian. I'm Jordanovic, so you got to teach me this." So that it just kind of happened, and he showed me. I'm like, "Okay, cool. This is nice." And one game we won, he came up to me and he's like grabbed my shoulders, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't mess this up. This is it. Like, I can become an honorary Serbian today." And we did it. And he looked at me. He goes, "Good job." And then after that, it just kind of came. I think so. We do it every time we win.
I can't mess this up. That would have been awkward too if you messed it and go the wrong way.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad, especially with all the cameras we got in the arena. I wouldn't have been able to let all that.
One of your teammates, the young kid, I think he was right behind you guys. You see that viral video of him looking at you guys?
I did see that. I think he out the corner of his eye, it probably did look a little suspect, but
I like it. I like it. You're a hero.
It was funny.
Hey, Dre, Tuesday was April Fool's Day, and I caught wind of y'all social media playing pranks, and they opened that box with that fake spider, and you did not like it, big fella. You got a little phobia? You got a little arachnophobia? What's going on here?
In my defense, she was like, "This is the toughest box in the world to open," and I'm like, "All right, I'm sure, But then when I opened it up, the damn thing, it was like it just jumped on my hand, so I didn't like that, and I also don't like my reaction, like both hands in the air, like I didn't. It reminded me of my Mrs. Hooper days.
Hey, you getting old, big fella. It's hard to be jumpy. It's all right.
That's not good for my heart rate, man, especially before the game like that. I need to be calm.
Have you ever played any crazy pranks on anybody? What's like one of your most memorable pranks you could think of?
Man, I've had a ton of crazy pranks, but I actually got twice this year. My nanny here told me that she texted me and was like, "I couldn't tell you at home before you left for the game, but my husband got a new job and we have to move to Florida in September. I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Damn," so I called my wife. I'm like, "Hey, she just told me this." And she goes, "You think it's an April Fool's joke?" And I'm like, "No, because she was acting weird today." So I tell her, I'm like, "Hey, I'm so happy for you guys. I appreciate it. We're going to be sad, but we'll figure it out." And she's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm just so happy I was able to get you on April Fool's Day. Gotcha." And I'm like, that's not a good joke because I'm thinking about my kids.
Mean.
So then she's like, "Hey, make sure you take all your frustration out on the court today so I can have fun at work tomorrow." And I'm like, "Hell no. It's going to be a hectic month for you at work this month." So
wow, your nanny sounds awesome.
I like the nanny just on it. Yes.
Yeah, she's great. She's downstairs, which reminds me I got to go and flick some pain today.
Wait, can I ask one thing about the Japanese? Because I love when Americans try to learn languages. We should do it more. But you're crushing it. I see you on Instagram. You've got the book going in the arena. How far along are you on the Japanese speaking fluently?
I mean, I can talk about certain things. However, when the conversation does get a little out there and a little fast, I gotta be like, "Hey, Mo
I
Ichido
mean,
Ite Kudasai," which is like repeat it again, slow down, give it,
Hey, Drake.
So,
Gakko wa doko desu ka?
oh, well, here we go.
that's like where something. Gakko wa was Gakko wa.
Where did you go to school?
Brown no Gaku guy. Brown no Daigaku.
Awesome.
Okay.
By the way,
Awesome.
That's the only sentence I know, by the way.
By the way, Lou, of all the things you've learned, why would you learn that?
April. Look, I wish it was April 1st. He was confused. He was so confused.
But what?
I was like, oh my God, I can't mess this up. Golly.
I know, but of all the sentences to learn in another language, where did you go to school? How often do you need
when
that?
when I was in school and we were going through Japanese and dialects and everything, I made it a mission to at least remember one thing that I can always have. And 20 years later, I got to use it. Here we are.
Here we are.
Go, baby.
Who needs college, Lou? Who needs college?
Drake, I want to ask you about a former teammate of yours, Team USA, also with the Lakers, Carmelo Anthony. He got his election yesterday, Hall of Fame. What was it like playing with him? You want to speak to any of his accomplishments? I just want to give you the floor to give Melo his flowers, man.
Man, Melo obviously is a Hall of Famer. I had the privilege of playing with him twice. We won a gold medal together back in 2016, and then short stint with the Lakers, which was amazing. And to be able to play with a guy like that who's given so much to the game. And I had a Melo jersey in high school.
Yeah, I did too.
So that was just, kind of like a dream come true playing with a guy like that. And just for him to do it for so long and at a high level, one of the best scorers to ever play this game, and a great teammate, a great man. So he deserves it. I'm very happy for him, and congrats, Mel.
DJ, I got to ask you about a comment, a real zinger from Doc Rivers a couple weeks ago when he said he does not get enough credit for winning 3 games in those playoff series where he blew the 3-1.
Why y'all ask me this?
I gotta ask.
It's not a y'all
I
question.
love it.
I gotta ask.
All Chandler. This is all Chandler.
Yeah, this wasn't on the script. I just had to ask. Are you rolling with it? Or is this one of the more shocking comments you've ever heard?
It's factual.
I thought I got Sid and Tell. But I read it was dead ass.
I mean, it is.
Hey, Dre, I ain't got nothing to do with that, dog.
Lou, I don't want nothing to do with this, man.
I know
Doc's
you
my
don't.
guy.
I know you don't. I don't want.
I mean,
But I feel like everyone loves Doc here, but that's what makes the quote even better.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just is tired of hearing that, and I'm like, maybe that wasn't the best rebuttal for
God, I love that
conversation.
Chandler still loves it. He's still thinking about it like it was yesterday.
Reflection 101. Well done, DJ.
Yeah, that was real done. It was very, very well done. DJ, always love having you on. Crush the rest of the way. Cannot wait for these playoffs at all.
Good luck, bro.
Keep rolling, brother.
We'll be right back with Anthony Slater talking to Bay.
Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.